We meet today to come back to the presence of the Master Saint Germain and discuss today his involvement in the creation of the platform for the development of the new humanity in the transition from the era of Pisces to the Aquarian age. And we have already seen how Master Saint Germain, who we know today as Master Saint Germain, started his to work as an apprentice in the era of Taurus, how he graduated as a great master of magic in the era of Aries, how he helped the transition of the consciousness from the era of Aries to Pisces. And now we will discuss today how he is the great master that will assure the continuity of consciousness and the creation of the platform for the new human in this new transition from the era of Pisces to the era of Aquarius. And we have seen and you can watch these videos because they're really very interesting, his action involved with the fall down of the imperialistic powers in Europe, and then where he's very active in all the cohorts in Austria, in France, and even in UK, in Netherlands. Master Saint Germain appears in the political environment of all these nations to warn, to say, this is a transition, imperialism will fall down, we need to create something new, and to tell the monarchy and the dominant classes that they have to be prepared to allow this transition and to accommodate. Some he listens to him, some others do not, but this is his message. And once he has finished doing this, already in the late 17th century, he starts to transfer his presence to the other side of the Atlantic Ocean in the new continent that is being developed, which is America. And America, he will not act in the same way as in Europe. In America, he will act not in a direct way, but through his disciples. And there is notion that Amerigo Vespuccio and Columbus could have been inspired as Masons and learners of the occult ways. They could have been inspired by Master Saint Germain. And once we are focused in the new continent, Saint Germain is in charge of creating and inspiring the first Masonic temples and lodges within the American continent. In North America, there are 3 important lodges that will have an important role in the incipient state of America, of North America. And these are the lodges, the 2 first lodges that are going competing between each other, which are the lodges of Philadelphia and the lodges of Boston. And these 2 cities play a very important role in the independence from the imperialistic English government. And the 3rd lodge that will be very, very important is a lodge of a very small city in the state of Maryland, near to Virginia. And this is the lodge of the city of Alexandria. It is curious that this small town will have such a predominant role in the history of North America. And this new Alexandria in the new territory, in a way, is a counterpart of the city, the emblematic city of Alexandria, with all the occult teachings that were transferred from the deep Egypt along the river Nile, with the epicenter in Alexandria through the Mediterranean Sea to Europe. And again, in the new continent, this city of Alexandria, in the heart of Maryland, will be the place where one of the first Masonic lodge will open, and within 2 years of its opening, they inform that they have already consecrated their first great master of 33 degrees. He's a young man from a military career, and he achieved the summum of the Masonic path only 2 years after opening this lodge. Who is this mysterious person? No other than George Washington. He himself was a direct disciple of Count Saint Germain, who was acting in this territory at this time, and instructing and guiding and teaching directly to Washington and some others. And from this achievement, Washington goes directly to participate in the Army of Liberation of the new states of this incipient new country that was still a colony from England, and its help to liberate the states and to get freedom and independence for the people that have traveled from the old to the new continent. And in the new continent, Saint Germain will act through his disciples, all of them Masons, and Mason in French means the temple, house. This is our temple, this is our house, and what we have to do is build this matter that we have taken for a time, that nature has provided us with for a short period. We have to build it into a temple of radiance of the spirit. This is the real work of the Masonic teachings, and the Masons are those who are building themselves into a temple of light to be able to radiate this light of divinity and awaken those that are around. And as Masons, many disciples of Count Saint Germain have contributed with liberating the states and the new lands of America from the imperialistic power that wanted to perpetuate the status quo of society. And through this liberation, they have created a space for some new political and administrative institutions to be created. In North America, as we have seen, it was through the presence of the great master, Great 33, George Washington, and in the territory of South America, through other very important three disciples. The first one, if we go down to the south of South America, is Jose de San Martin, also a Mason, also a disciple of Saint Germain, and the presence that politically liberated the south of South America, and that also crossed the mountains of Los Andes. And Los Andes are these mountains that are the spine of the whole American continent. They're this act was very important because it linked, through this act of crossing the mountains, he linked again the Atlantean with the Pacific Ocean, and this linked the consciousness of human being, which was what was in the past the continuity of content of consciousness in the Atlantic through the Atlantean race, through the American continent to the Pacific, where the Lemurian race was settled. So this allowed a continuity, a geographical continuity of consciousness that opened also the energetic field for Atlantea and Lemuria to be present again and unified in the basis of the American continent, especially in South America. And from San Martin we go to Don Pedro, and this is a very mysterious and charming personality of the son of a monarch that had to take refuge and exile in the territory of Brazil, and then decided to get independence from Portugal and turn himself into a new governor and cut with all the lines with his whole family and the imperialistic and monarchic trends that his family represented. So if you want to learn more about him, he was also a Mason, he was also a liberalist in his ideas and mind, he was also a disciple of the Count, and you can read about him and the story of the independence of Brazil, of the territory in Brazil. And then we have also Simón Bolívar, that is very active in the movement of independence in the northern part of South America. So through George Washington in the north of North America, through this territory and land that unites North with South America, and the triangle of three main leaders in South America, Saint Germain is able to slowly liberate the new continent from the attachment, the rulership, the imperialistic presence of the old continent, to create the place for new ideas, political ideas, ideas to build up the society, ideas of equality and brotherhood between humankind. He created a space for the new thought to appear in the form of new institutions. And I know that many of you may think, well, this is all distorted by now, and what has been done up to now is put the seed in this new land. And now the seed that has fallen during the autumn has to go through a long winter, a winter like this, a time of very, very few light, coldness, difficulties, challenges. This is not the time where we will see the seed give a first branch. This is a time where the seed is under the land. Outside, things are in turmoil, in conflict, in snow, but the seed is there. This is the action of the masters. It's not immediate, it's not spontaneous. Remember how he started to train more than 7,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago or more. He started to train. So the times of consciousness of somebody that is outside a human lifespan period is different. The seed that he planted in the 17th century, 18th century, in the American soil will only see the light when we are deep into the Aquarian age. And these times of transition are the times where we have to make every single effort as individual to be as bright as we can to assist the transition and the chaos and turmoil of changing eras. So this is why his presence is so active now. This is why he's opening knowledge that was in the past closed. This is why his presence is so radiant, and he's actively working through the American continent to help those that are the seekers of life, and assist them and remind them that they're not alone. So this is his commitment, this is what he's actively working to sustain, and we hope that we will be able to meet again in the next episode to discuss a little bit more of his presence in the ritualistic order. Thank you very much.